Yes guys, what's going on? Hashtag Shorty here. Welcome back to another video on the channel here today. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here with, as you'll see by the title, what I'm calling a massive W here today. I can't believe I'm doing this like this, but here we are. So what a start to the video. But as I'm sure a lot of you guys would have seen, Icon Swaps 3 has just been released. We're going to be having a good look at it today, going through sort of what I would sort of say I'm going to end up doing and what I'd sort of advise to you guys, depending on all of your guys' situations in foot, etc. If you guys enjoy the video, find it helpful, whatever the jazz, drop a like and also subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. We're going to be having daily uploads again this week. All the RTG episodes will be coming out over the course of the week. But yeah, Icon Swaps 3 came out and I thought, you know what? We've got to review this. And you know what? The previous two, you know, they were alright, but they weren't the same. Do you know what I'm saying? You know, this one, big dubs, boys. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, McGregor out the way. Let's get straight into this. Let's have a look at some of the tokens and see what's popping off, ladies and gents. Okay, boys. Now, I'm not going to take the mick with this. We're not going to take absolutely ages. Few things just to get out of the way right off the beginning. As we know, there's 9 tokens to start off with in this set. And then in a month's time or whatever it is, we get the other 9 tokens that go towards all the swaps that we've got here. So there's 18 tokens in total. And it is definitely a huge dub. Let's just quickly go through what we've got to do in order to get the tokens. We've had all this type of stuff before, you know. So we've got the online La Liga one. We've got an online Bundesliga one. An online Liga one, which gets us 1 token per time for them 3. And then we've got 6 separate ones here. So we've got a Rivals one, a Weekend League one, which I'm glad they've done both of these. These are very attainable very, very quickly, I'll be honest. And then we've got, look at this. Jesus of Nazareth.
That's a lot of bloody squad battles, that is, mate. Oh, very, very much.
But yeah, we've got 28 games of squad battles here to make up the other 4. So 6 tokens in here, 1 being Weekend League, 1 being Rivals, 4 squad battles. So, you know, it is what it is. And then these 3, a lot of the time in these, people play golden goal, which is very good. So, you know, whoever scores the first goal, the other person tends to quit. If you're playing a sound guy, which I would say 90% of the time you're doing this, it's good and you can get them done relatively quickly. So far, I'm saying that's just fine, you know. They've got to make them somewhat of a grind. You can't just say, okay, right, you play 2 games of FIFA and you can get a Prime Vieira for free. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, you have to play a few games. Don't know if this is too much or too little. I would say it's just fine, to be honest. I wouldn't say this is an L, like you've got to play so much. With squad battles, you can go up a few goals and just kind of, I don't know, just do some backflips in the corner. Anyway, let's get into the important part of the video and look at sort of the swaps that we've got here and what I would advise and what I might go for on my RTG series. Now, boys, and into it we go. And let's just say one more time before this even starts, I know this is a dub already. I've looked through it a little bit already. I know this is a dub. Let's just quickly run through what we've got and then we'll talk about each one individually. So we've got an 81 plus times 25 pack, an 83 plus times 25 pack. So we've had them 2 types of packs before. An 84 plus times 20 pack. Now that just sounds absolutely ridiculous. We'll definitely get onto that. An Icon Moments pack for 5. Obviously these were for 3, 2, and 1. Schweinsteiger for 6. The 92 plus Icon Moments pack for 7. That is decent. Stoichkov Moments for 8. A 92 plus Prime Icon player pick for 9. And now we're starting to get up into the better ones. An Icon Moments player pick for 10. Best for 11. A 92 Icon Moments player pick. Again, so this is the player picks ones, which make it very, very interesting for 12. That's Prime Puskas for 13. Again, very, very decent. 92 plus Icon Moments attacker player pick for 15. Ferdinand Icon Moments for 15. A 93 Icon Moments player pick for 16. And then we've got ourselves a Prime Vieira for 17. And that will make up all of the swaps that we've got this time, ladies and gents. So let's do that important part now. Let's actually go through it all and let's talk about sort of what I believe to be the best. Now, obviously, this is quite different over the team of the season because we're currently in the La Liga team of the season and you've got these player picks, these 80 plus player picks where people are pulling team of the seasons out loads. So what I would say is for these first 3 packs, for example, these are great for fodder. We all know that, guys. We all know that. If you're trying to craft an icon or something like that, you know, Cantona's just come out or whatever, I'm sure they're going to release more icons, SBCs very soon. These are great packs for that in order to give yourself loads of fodder to go towards them. But I would say you can do a lot of recycling through the other SBCs as well, if that makes sense, and packing yourselves loads of team of the season. So these are very interesting and you are guaranteed some team of the seasons from these. I'm absolutely 100% sure of it, boys. And you know, you might want to save these. If you know that you're going to play FIFA till the end of the year, you might want to even pop all of these, you know, at the end of team of the season during Ultimate TOTS. You know, Ultimate TOTS, obviously we know, is the best team of the season. It's full of all the best players. So these 3, I would say, making up 6 tokens. You could obviously do these right now, but I would say potentially doing an icon first and then moving on to these later in TOTS could be a better idea, but it all depends on what you boys are thinking. Now, an Icon Moments pack in for 5 here. This one is just completely luck-based, I'll be honest. Icon Moments is nice that it's Icon Moments, though, for 5. That is pretty good value. We obviously know with Icon Moments, we're just playing a luck-based game here. You know, if you pull yourself Perlo, if you pull yourself a Van Nistelrooy, if you get yourself a, I don't know, a Giggs or something like that, you're obviously not going to be the happiest, but then, you know, you get someone like R9 9, you get a Hullet, you get a Vieira moments. For 5, you're probably there like, okay, so that one's for you boys who just like, you know, you might want to just take a little punt at it. Schweinsteiger in for 6. Now, this is one of the few players that we've got here to sort of talk about. Now, what I'd say about this, boys, is his dynamic image, let's be honest, is absolutely quality. It's a good card, don't get me wrong. Obviously, now we're in team of the season. We've got all these boosted cards with crazy 90+ stats everywhere. 77 pace, obviously, is a little bit lacking. And even all the other stats, you know, there's a lot of TOTS cards that kind of match it. So, again, and I've said this in my other Icon Sorts videos before, I feel like a lot of the players, a lot of the time is, if that player is just good for you, good for your team, if you need an icon to link up your team and you're guaranteeing yourself a player. The main thing about this is, I know this is blatantly obvious, but with this is, you know you're getting Schweinsteiger from this. You're not playing a look-based game where they're like, oh, you know, I'm going to open an Icon Moments pack and I hope we pull a Hullet for centre mid, or I hope we pull an R9 for up front. You know you're getting Bastian Schweinsteiger for centre mid. So that's just down to you boys who might fancy it. I personally would not advise going for Schweinsteiger, especially for 6 tokens. When you can literally get all 3 of these for the same price as you can get that, whatever, same tokens, yeah, I would say leave Schweinsteiger unless, you know, he's a player that means something to you, or he's someone that you know you want in your team and he's going to fit into your team. 92+ Icon Moments pack. That is going to be an attacker or a midfielder, ladies and gentlemen. Now, with this one, boys, we do eliminate quite a few players in there who you might be thinking to yourself, oh, you know, they're not the greatest or whatever. But again, this is quite a look-based pack. This isn't a pick, by the way, here. This is literally just a pack where you get in one player. For 7 tokens, again, I'm not going to advise this one to you boys. I just think this one is playing quite a luck-based game. Whereas the player picks, which we'll move on to here, as you can see, the one we've got for 9 tokens here, I feel like there's much more of a good chance in that when you're getting 1 in 3 instead of literally just 1 player that you're getting. I know it's 2 tokens more, but yeah. Next up, Stoichkov in for 8 tokens. Again, the same thing applies to Schweinsteiger here, except we're going up a level. Quite a lot, actually. 94 pace, 94 dribbling, 95 shooting. That's an endgame card right there, boys. That is all the TOTS that come out. I don't care. The way that Stoichkov can be in the fact that he can link up your team, you know, especially with the fact that with all these crazy leagues coming out, etc., you might need the odd icon in there in order to link up your squad. You know, especially if you know, if you got a left wing from, like, I don't know, the Super League, and you got a right wing from La Liga, and you've got a centre mid from the Prem. I don't know, the Super League's just come out today. That's why I'm using that as an example. But yeah, you do need an icon to potentially link that up, and Stoichkov can definitely be that guy. The weak foot's a little bit lacking, obviously, at 3-star, but then everything else is absolutely quality. The 4-star skills, and then just a ridiculous set of stats. You boys can literally see that for yourselves. So again, what I'd say with Stoichkov is, but sort of gone up a level from Schweinsteiger is, if you know he's going to fit into your team, and you want to guarantee yourself a quality icon attacker, then he is definitely somebody to go for sure, because you're not playing luck-based game again. You're playing and you're getting someone that you know is going to go into your squad. So I would advise Stoichkov. It won't be what I do myself, just because I feel like I've got a lot of the TOTS cards on my RTG already that I kind of want to use, etc. But it is a very, very good idea for you boys who want to guarantee someone into your squad, if that makes sense. Now, next up, the 92+ Prime Icon player pick. I'm a big fan of this. It's 92+. It's Prime Icon. The only reason I'm going to say no to this, boys, again, and I wouldn't advise this one, is because as much as you can get some great players, I just think the fact that we've got so many Icon Moments packs in here and Icon Moments picks that shouldn't go for a Prime Icon player now, I would say. So I would say, although it's for 9 tokens and you could literally do that one right now, obviously we've got 9 tokens released right now, I would just say to leave this one and make sure, you know, you're doing these other ones. Bosh, straight on to the next, the Icon Moments player pick. Now this one is what we're talking about more. Now obviously this is going to cost us 10, so if you always want to do this, you're going to have to wait a little while until the next batch come out. However, it could obviously be worth waiting for, especially if you do a few of them packs at the start, you know, the 81 times 25, 83 times 25, the 84 times 20 pack. You can obviously do a few of them and then wait for this one. But now we're talking a much more. These player picks, you know, we've had a few bits of content of these, you know, not Icon Moments, but of Icon player picks, and I've seen a lot of dubs from these. I've seen a lot of people getting good packs from them. So I would say potentially this is one to go for. The only annoying thing about this one is how long you have to wait, if that makes sense. And that is obviously going to apply to a lot of these. George Best next up, coming up at 11 tokens, boys. Now, again, a great card. I don't know if it's the best because Stoichkov is a very, very good offer, especially for cheaper tokens as well. But Best does give you that winger link, the 93 pace, 91 shooting, 94 dribbling. Now, boys, I'll be honest, I might have sounded a little bit there like, oh, these aren't the greatest, whatever. The only reason I might be saying about some of them they don't seem the greatest is because of how good everything is. So I'm still saying Best is a massive W. It's still great that they've put him in. I'm just saying compared to what else there is, it's trying to weigh that up. This is still a massive dub from EA. You got to just say fair play to them for bringing all of this out because they've done very, very well with it. He's a great card. His stamina and strength's a little bit annoying. You know, now we're at team of the season time. You kind of want 90 stamina and above, especially on a winger. But obviously you can sub your wingers off a lot of the time and you can play Best up front. You could play him at cam. He's coming in at 11 swaps, so you can do some other packs along with this as well. So it is definitely one to think about. Again, another one that I probably won't be doing, especially because I might, you know, want more sort of content of trying to, you know, pull a great player from an icon player pick, etc. But still, very good from EA. Okay, a 92 icon moments midfielder player pick here, ladies and gents. Now, this one, again, it's a good dub from EA. I'm just thinking to myself, let's think of the dubs we can get. We can get ourselves Vieira, we can get ourselves Hullet, literally two of the best cards in the game. But then, you know, you can get yourself a Perlo or something like that, you know. Again, we're playing quite a luck-based game. I would seriously advise to you guys, the pack compared to like these player picks, the player picks are so much better. You may as well be opening 3 midfielder packs, if that makes sense, when you get a player pick. So that's a dub there. Again, it obviously is a bit luck-based, but that can seriously be a dub for you boys there for sure. Now, Puskas, next up. Again, we've got another player with 3-star weak foot, which is obviously, that is a bit annoying, but again, the card is just absolutely quality. All above 90 stats in the 4 key areas for an attacker. Good physicals as well, not like terrible either at 76 with 92 stamina and a serious baller. He'd be someone on my RTG that I would consider. I'm not going to say I'm going to do him, but I would definitely consider it because his stats are like top meta. Again, the only frustrating thing is the weak foot, but again for you boys, it's about can this guy link up, you know, a lot of TOTS players that you've got up front that you need to put together. You can even have him at CM in a 4-3-3 and he can link up the centre backs, he can link up the 2 centre mids on the left and right side, and he can link up the striker as well. Obviously, you don't play him at centre mid, but you know what I mean. To link up the squad, he can be very good. And he is an absolutely class card. The weak foot's the only annoying thing, but look at that shooting, man. 98 attack positioning, 97 finishing, 95 long shots, 96 shot power. That is an absolute joke, along with unbelievable dribbling, pace, and passing. He is a serious dub from EA, in for 13 tokens. So that is absolutely class. Now, onto the last page we have got, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a 92 plus icon moments attacker player pick. I do like this. It's one of 3 players, isn't it, right? So we've got ourselves a player pick here. Could you get absolutely shafted? Yes, it is obviously possible. You know, you could get yourself a Shearer, you could get yourself an Ian Rush, and you know, you could get the worst pick possible. But I feel like the odds are decent here in order to get yourself a very good icon. Now, the only issue here, ladies and gents, is again, it's your situation with what your club's at. Because this obviously is a punt in the dark. You are taking a bit of a risk here. However, I feel like the odds with this one are much more in your favor. That's why it obviously costs so much more, because to get 92 plus, because we do obviously eliminate some players that are on the much lower scale of the icons, if that makes any sense. Hopefully making some sort of sense, Alex pal. Next up, Ferdinand for the same amount of tokens. Very good card in the game. Now, his dribbling and passing is quite low. That's obviously a bit annoying. You know, you've got a lot of TOTS cards now that have sort of very high sort of dribbling and passing in your game. However, again, Ferdinand's going to link up your squad ridiculously well. 6'2", 86 pace on a centre-back, along with 93 defending and 90 physical. He's definitely one to consider for you boys, 100%. And I just think every single player they've put in this, it doesn't take the mick at all, you know? Am I going to do Ferdinand on my own account? Probably not. But can he work for you boys? And will I say he's like an overpriced or ridiculous? No, I think it's quite a fair sort of price for an icon like Ferdinand. You know, we are talking about icon moments Ferdinand here, you know, with the 86 pace, the 93 defending, 90 physical. He is absolutely quality, and again, links up squads if you want to put these TOTS players in. So it's about if he fits for your guys' team. If you need a good centre-back, a solid centre-back to guarantee going into your team, especially that links people up, Ferdinand is absolutely quality for 15 tokens. And it obviously means you could potentially do Ferdinand along with the 84 times 20 pack. You know, you could do this 84 times 20 pack now, and then obviously you'd have to wait for Ferdinand a little bit, etc. And 2 things are left to go, ladies and gents. We're now at the business end of it, let's be honest. The 93 plus icon moments player pick. I'm looking at the 93s here, ladies and gents, and I'm seeing you could obviously get shafted again. You could get a Schmeichel, you could get a Rivaldo, you could get a Van Nistelrooy. Yeah, do I think that's going to happen? Absolutely not. I think if you do this icon moments player pick, especially with the part of TOTS that we're at, you do very well to get absolutely shafted. And again, it's all about the situations we've got in our own clubs of whether you want to take a punt and, you know, give yourself a chance of getting one of the best icons in the game, or you just want to play things safe, etc. And that moves on perfectly to the final one we've got here, ladies and gents. Patrick Vieira. Now, Vieira Prime in icon swaps, this is just absolutely quality. I look at it first and I think, is this like not the greatest for the final thing on here? But what I'm going to say is, guys, you're guaranteeing yourself one of the best CDMs in the game. Now, I know he's only got 83 pace, which compared to some of these TOTS cards now is obviously not as high. But Vieira is one of them players that has just played above his stats every single year in FIFA. And this year, actually more than ever. So last year, for a lot of the pros, Hullet was sort of the better player. I'd say Hullet and Vieira. Hullet was always the better one. Obviously, they are slightly different. You know, Hullet, you might want to go forward with a little bit more. Vieira is more of that sort of CDM. Again, links up the squad. This is prime Vieira here. And if this was Moments Vieira, obviously it would just be ridiculous. Like, he is about, what, 5 or 6 million coins. So I can understand why it's not the Moments Vieira and it's just the prime one. But yeah, this guarantees you one of the best CDMs in the game. Yes, it's going to use up all your tokens. You can do this along with the 81 times 25 pack. But if you want to guarantee yourself a solid CDM, it's an absolutely great shirt, mate. Well, fellas, wow. So we've just been through all that. I've been blabbing on for quite a while now. So to finish off the video, I'm just going to quickly run through a few little options that you could sort of combine together that I would say might be the best shout. Now, before I do that, again, just big props to EA. This is a W of icon swaps for sure. We're in team of the season time. I'm glad they've let loose a little bit more and just been there like, right, here we are. This is an absolute Boshington's job because we've got a lot of good stuff here. Briefly, just talk about the players again. The players are all very situational if they can fit into your teams. If you want to guarantee yourself a good icon, which there's a lot of good ones here in Vieira, Ferdinand, Puskas, Best, Stoichkov, and then Schweinsteiger. But I'll be honest, if I'm looking at it from my perspective, we've got 9 tokens right now. Now, I'll be honest, guys, I think it sort of landslides with the bigger stuff this time. I think one of the best options to go for is this Icon Moments attacker player pick for 15 tokens. And then you can do that along with this 84 times 20 pack, which is a new pack we've not had before. 84 plus times 20 pack. You are guaranteed yourself some team of the seasons in here. If you don't get a TOTS from this, you have been absolutely shafted. That is for sure. So if you can do that along with the Icon Moments attacker pick, that is very, very good. And then as well, if we go on to the Icon Moments player pick here, we can do this along with the 83 times 25 pack. Again, that's another good option right there. At least you give yourself some fodder and you give yourself a chance at a good icon. And you know what? We're at the stage of the year where you probably should take a bit of a risk, especially where your guys' teams might be at, etc. But again, it's all situational to what you guys prefer the most. Whether you want to sort of guarantee players into your team in Ferdinand, Vieira, Puskas, that type of stuff, or you want to just take a hit at one of these. But you know, these ones, like I said, icon player pick or 93 icon moments player pick, 93 plus, this is absolutely massive. You're guaranteeing yourself a pretty big player here. Now I'm just thinking, in this you actually can't get yourself Vieira, can you? Because he's actually under 93, so that's a bit annoying. But there's so many good other ones. So they're the 2 picks that I would say. And then finally, another very, very good option that I would say that you boys should go for is you could do all 3 of these packs, which is 6 tokens. Now this will give you so much fodder to go towards an icon SBC or all these TOTS SBCs that have recently come out. So this is great for 6 tokens in total. You can get yourself so much fodder. And then you could either combine that with an Icon Moments player pick, which would leave you then with 2 tokens left over, which would just be one of them things, but I think that's the only way that it could work. Or you could do this Icon Moments midfielder player pick. But that's the way I'm looking at it. The players, boys, again, are much more situational too. Does that fit into your team? Is that what you want to guarantee into your squad? You know what you're getting for the price, if that makes sense. Whereas with these, anything could happen. I personally feel like the Icon Moments player pick might be better than the Icon Moments midfielder player pick, even at 92 plus, just because in this one, you still give yourself the chance of getting one of the best attackers in the game, along with the midfielders, defenders, etc. But yeah, guys, I've waffled on for absolutely ages there. I hope that's opened your eyes a little bit to what I believe to be the best. Again, it's very situational. Whether you need, you know, players guaranteed into your squad, whether you want some fodder, whether you want to take a hit at some icon packs. But I hope them few options gave you guys a good idea of what to go for, that type of thing. If you guys did enjoy the video, drop a like and also subscribe to the channel. I think I might be having to go for sort of the picks at the start and then one of the icon packs to go along with it, just so you get a bit of both. You guarantee yourself some fodder, but then you also have a good hit, a good icon pack, if that makes sense. I think that's very good. But I will say, definitely do the player picks for icons over the pack. Don't do the pack, I would say, because the pack you're only getting 1 player. In the picks, you're getting 3 players. And I know it might be cheaper or whatever, but the picks just make more sense for sure. But yeah, guys, I'll have loads of RTG episodes coming out in the week, but that'll be enough from me. I've waffled on for way too long here. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Hope you all have a good day. I'll see you all on the next one.